Shalom, holy friends. There's a Gemara that says you're not allowed to stop your Torah study in order to say how beautiful is that tree. So I thought I could relate to this idea here in the mountains and forests, where I, B'davka, have specifically come here in order to go and connect to Hashem in nature and my Torah study. So in such a situation, I don't think it applies this idea of looking and interrupting your study in order to go and look how beautiful is that tree. So there's an inyan with Torah study that you're not allowed to stop your study in order to interrupt it for business, to talk about things that are unimportant. And also, if someone else is studying Torah, you're not allowed to interrupt them for questions that are not about Torah. You're supposed to stand aside, wait till they finish, at the very least, what they're studying or their pasuk. Really, you shouldn't interrupt them at all. I had to give something to my stepfather the other day. I went into the yeshiva and I saw there were 10 people learning, and there was a Gemara shir. The last thing that I should do is interrupt them, but I had to give him a package. So I went over to him, I waited till he saw me, and then I put the package next to him, and then I left. I sat down in the base medrash. You can't go in and out of the base medrash without learning a pasuk. And then I went about my way. So it's very important. Most people in this situation would let the person get up, stop his learning, talk to him a few minutes, give him the package. We're not allowed to do that. And also, we're not allowed ourselves when we're studying to stop and look. But I think it's something different when that tree, when it says don't stop and look, when that tree and that nature, like Rabbi Nachman says, if you look at the sky, it gives you a Yirah Shamayim. You should always constantly look at the sky. We learned that from the Gemara that says you look at the tzitzis, and tzitzis are a reflection of the ocean reflection of the sky reflection of Yirah Shamayim, fear of God. So you want to look at the tzitzis, you want to look at the tzitzis because they remind you of the mitzvahs, even while learning, to connect yourself to Hashem and fear of God, and to remind yourself of all the commandments. So the same thing for someone who nature is something that speaks to their heart, that helps them to feel fear of God and the presence of Hashem in that moment, and they connect to Hashem in that way. So that is not interrupting Torah in order to go and waste time. So this is completely okay, from my understanding. And I think that looking at nature and making nature and the surrounding areas that you live in part of your Avodas Hashem and Torah beautifies it and helps to inspire you, because every blade of grass, every rock, every stone was placed here from God. Every hill with a certain amount of dimensions and the slope was designed from God for a purpose, for us to see it and think of Him. So therefore, for someone who connects to God through nature and through his surroundings, then this could actually help a person. Like the holy tzaddikim teach that sometimes a person could sit and learn all day, but they're learning Torah and they're not connecting to God. They're just learning. Instead, they need to stop in the middle of learning and think about Hashem. The purpose of learning is to connect to God, and you have to make that connection, not just study in a cold way. It has to be warm and with love and with fear and connecting yourself. And this is something that people miss. So this is taught in Chassidus, this idea. When I was younger, I used to do photography that would show in art galleries, Baltimore, different places. I would show my art, and I came to Eretz Yisrael. Actually, I was in Uman. I went to Uman. I met this person who was a newly Bali Tshuva, excited about Judaism, and I told him I'm a photographer and how much I love nature, and he started laughing at me. He said, nature? Everything is in the Torah. You don't need nature. This is to distract you from the Torah. Through the Torah, you can see all the worlds. You have everything. You don't need nature. It's just laughing at, why am I doing this? But so at that time, I started reflecting about what he said. Like, is it right what he's saying? Is it wrong? Should I do less of this photography and this going through nature? And over time, I realized that he, in fact, is correct and wrong at the same time. Yes, everything is in the Torah. I spoke about many times. If you learn 7 blot of Talmud a day, then everything is in the Talmud. You don't need to go in and have those experiences in life that are difficult, because the difficulty is in the sugyas and back and forth between the Tanaim and Amoraim and all the debates in the Gemara. This is the difficulties, and you live your difficulties through the Gemara, so you don't have to have them in real life. And I truly believe this is true, because when I would learn Torah and I would learn the Gemara, I would see, like, if I'm traveling in a certain place, where it literally would talk about the things that I'm seeing around me. It would, the blot, the psukim would reflect exactly what I'm doing at that moment. So I saw that I'm living my life through the Talmud. So that's why it's hours a day of Torah study, and you're going to see the connection between Torah and your life and yourself and your heart and Hashem. So this is very important. But at the same time, to be able to go out into nature, to go out into the world and connect what you see to God, and to make it help you reflect upon Him, this is also a very, very beautiful way of serving God, and very healthy, a healthy way to serve God. So we have to mix a little bit of the both. You know, the Chabad Rebbe, Reb Schneerson, said that it's very important, if you have a talent, to use that talent to serve God. So you see a lot of Chabadnikim, a lot of them are into music, but they go all the way. They know that they've been given a talent of art, so you see so many Chabad artists. And it's very nice that the Rebbe encouraged people to use their talents for Hashem and not to just put it aside. But over the years, people spoke to me, they said they saw my artwork, they said, how can you give up this artwork? This is a gift you've been given from God. You have to stop everything you're doing and do photography. You have to do art. And they don't realize that if you have a talent, there's many ways to use that talent. You don't have to use it specifically in the form of photography. What I'm doing now is teaching Torah. I have a camera, 360. I'm enjoying nature. This is my photography. Video is an aspect of photography. This is my art that I've now, as I grew in life, didn't need to go and be that artist that's showing in galleries. This is my way of serving God. So yes, you have to keep your talent, but you need to, as you grow, take that talent and utilize it in a way that helps you to come closer to Hashem in that moment, in that time period of your life. It's not just you have a talent to do something that you have to specifically do it in the way that people understand, or that people usually do it. So we have to take everything, our blessings, our talents. We have to appreciate things around us that are put there for a reason. God put this for a reason. It's a blessing to be able to study Torah out in the mountains. How do I explain this? It's simple. Just look at what you see. You understand why I'm here. I could be in the base medrash like most people, but I'm here to go and get even more inspiration, to find the Shekhinah, to be able to bring the Shekhinah to the world, to also be in the base medrash and do everything. May Hashem help us and guide us to come near Him, to have blessing in everything that we do. Shalom, shalom from the wilderness of Israel. What a blessing.